Welcome everyone and good morning. This is another brand new show of Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing. And this is where we're going to tackle even the most hidden aspects of building the winning strategies that'll help you discover the most important thing that you must master, that every skilled relationship builder, business owner, entrepreneur, coach, that you build an amazing relationship and balanced life. And this is more important than operations, product development, financial things, just anything. Because this is above and beyond affiliate marketing. This is the stuff that you'll need to build winning strategies. This show will give you exactly what you need to finally experience that true freedom, that stability and prosperity gives you. Now, we're going to jump right in today because this is the start of our journey, right? So we're gonna go into whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're old, whether you're young, we're bound to face certain setbacks and experience and have some challenges, right? So as soon as you decide what you want and you want to do something great in life, you should immediately brace yourself. Okay, there are going to be some obstacles that you're going to encounter on this journey. Now, as they say, nothing good comes easy. And so if you truly desire that road to greatness, we're going to overcome some adversities today, okay? We're gonna hit some obstacles and we're gonna conquer limiting beliefs. Now, life often comes in a series of challenges and obstacles, but the real beautiful thing about all of that is that these elements in life throws us and serves us and gives us a purpose of helping us grow, and we can ride on them to achieve our goals, okay, and become stronger. And of course, now this is a Christian-based show, and of course you'll hear me from time to time talk about also you can't do anything without God, and sometimes when you're going through the wilderness to get to the other side, there's life lessons to be learned. And we learn that in the Bible, we learn that in other things. But getting back on track, the truth of the matter is this, that it can be quite challenging and a very wild experience, depending on where you're at. So you have to, at times, you just need a little bit more context, right? And oftentimes, we don't have any knowledge, okay? We don't know what we don't know. You've heard me talk about that before. And why these things aren't clicking as smoothly that we would like. Okay, so there's no reliable fortune teller, right? So there's no really magical wand. But there's one thing that I want to talk about is the implications of your actions. Okay? Yep. we're diving into that. And that's one thing that we must do, that we have to input our time and energy and resources and tackle. I use that word tackle because I watched a wonderful Minnesota Vikings game last night where we lost to the Philadelphia Eagles 24-7. But that's okay. You win some, you lose some. But aside from facing these obstacles, another challenge we're likely to face is on our way to our successes. So you have to choose what that is. And another part of the greatness of limiting beliefs is actually gives you a focal point. So if you're failing at something, you can actually narrow that down and figure out what that limiting belief is about why that situation is happening. And then you can take the steps that could really change your life forever. This is important stuff, guys. We're already digging deep, okay? Hang on tight. We're going to get there. Now, we're also, I got to have a little plug-in. This show is also on YouTube at Riley Media Group. We're also, I know a lot of people say, hit the like button, hit that subscribe, the notification button, all that good stuff. I'm telling you this about our video is just that sometimes we'll upload videos, but we won't have the podcast because it's not really part of the show. But it also gives you other kind of, I'll call it bonus material that we have that's on our YouTube channel. So hit the notification button is important because when we upload something that might not be on the show, you will want to be a part of that. So now we're going to talk about the powerful things that can be very subtle that you might give them power and let them grow and thrive in you. Okay, if this makes any sense. Now, you can be the one that actually dictates how you should live your life, right? You should be that person. Now, if you lose control or you become enslaved to your own mind, these limiting beliefs are part of the obstacles you must overcome and step into the greatness. And thankfully, in these episodes that you're going to get and the videos that you're going to watch, they're going to free you from these limitations, and we're going to enrich you. I'm so excited. I'm kind of losing my thought here because we're going to actually equip you. We're going to get rid of the cobwebs. We are going to, I say cobwebs. I was going on a walk with my wife, and we took some pictures of some beautiful cobwebs. We had this fog and things. I'll let you see them. I'll upload them, and you can see them on our Facebook page, Riley Media Group. They're pretty cool. Anyways, we can get rid of those cobwebs, and you'll be really more equipped to have a fresh mindset that'll help you grow, thrive, and become resilient. Because we want to tackle this stuff first, guys, because we can't, as we move forward, we kind of gotta, clean house. We have to get rid of some things. We have to go through our limiting beliefs, and then once we go from there, then we can jump into some other stuff. So you'll learn everything. I don't hold anything back, and that's the best thing about breaking free from this stuff, the freedom of these things, right? So Now, I actually have some notes here that I wanted to share with you today that I got to tell you, they have their significance. Okay, we go through this, and they have a significance of understanding these limiting beliefs that we're talking about. Because a lot of us grow up with beliefs that I don't know, about what you can accomplish. There's beliefs of the media. You know, we've all heard about false media. We've all heard about the media. They just spin. Most times they just want to give you what they want to tell you, what you want to hear, and then they kind of socially move us. But sometimes these communications really come from peers and family. So these, or friends, you always got to add friends too, because depending on your relationships, friends can, either lift you up or drag you down. One thing that my dad always told me when growing up is that water seeks its own level. So when you're hanging around, I'm going to say this, if you're hanging around low lifes, and I say that delicately, I say that kind of intelligently too, because we have them in our society that are really a drag upon us because of criminal behavior. Just is. And if you're hanging around that, that's kind of how, hopefully you can get out of it, but that's kind of that things that limit us. Okay, so disclaimer, if I have to apologize to anybody, I apologize now. I don't mean any offense to it. We just speak the truth here. That's all it is. And as we grow up and as we become older, some of these beliefs become so ingrained that they actually that within us we feel that it's just in our blood to achieve something magnificent, something that you can paint a mural of your gateway to success. Okay, but you end up becoming socially inept, or you're ingrained with what your belief structure is. And one thing you should know, that some of these beliefs are so false that the tricky part of all these things is to be aware of these things and how to let go of some of them. And unfortunately, some of you people out there can't let go, and you'll try and you'll hang on to these limiting beliefs, and because it's your comfort zone. A lot of us don't want to get out of our comfort zone. Anything new can be scary. Anything risky, or what you perceive to be risky, just exists normally. I don't want to say that's abnormal. It's something that happens. Now, what is our limiting beliefs? That it's not really hard to understand at all. Okay, I've done the research, and there's one thing that I'm kind of leaning here into microphone. Sorry, I bumped it. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, but just as sounds, just as it sounds, that limiting beliefs are just notions that are perceived, that restrict you in certain ways. So let's start there. And hopefully I didn't confuse anybody. Because one way we can also say that it is a state of mind. That's one thing that is a belief about who you are that draws that that draws you back, that prevents you from advancing. Okay, that's that limited belief. These beliefs can seem powerless, but they're very powerful because they can provoke you in negative things. Okay, they can infiltrate your mind because it can be very serious and it can upset you, and with these limited beliefs, and then you have the negative aspects, then inside you let them thrive. You ever hear the analogy that I bottle my emotions, or as situationally I sit back, don't say anything, you just don't need any of that stuff. Now, I'm going to give you two examples of some limiting beliefs right now. You have always loved the idea of sharing your wisdom, right? We all think that we're the smartest guy in the room. And the knowledge with others kind of help you fuel that, right? Now, if you refused to take any chance to speak to that group because you feel that you suck, that sometimes in inspirational speaking, I've done this too. I've spoken to thousands of people in a crowd, and sometimes I feel like I want to make people laugh. Just because the way I articulate my words. Well, that's also a limiting belief. I don't need to make you laugh. I'm here to provide a valuable information that will help build and grow. I don't mean to be dry or anything like that, but we do have some humor in the show, but that's one thing that is neither here nor there. I want to give you the meat of the stuff so you can move on with your day. That's the importance of this show. It's a lot of people listen to us between the hours of 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. because they're either on their way to work or that's just a commute that they do. And we try and keep our shows short to 30 minutes for that. So, grab your coffee, get out your notepad. Anyways, we love leadership, don't we? We actually, this is a touchy subject to some, because everybody thinks that they have this leadership quality, in which you all do, but you love to manage and guide and serve, right? So you've always wanted to play that active role in things that concern your family, your friends. It comes to, a lot of us want to step up even in school, if you're in college or high school, if you're listening to the show, because we have an amazing audience of a younger crowd. Anyways, you want to take that leadership role. Now, you always fidget because you feel that you may disappoint people. Okay, you feel that you may not be able to say certain things, kind of things that you would love to hear from another leader, right? So, consequently, you would rather be in your own world although you love leadership, that leads you into a limiting belief. Now, we're going to break that down later. It sounds heavy, but it's you hear me fumble on this show. I misspeak. I sometimes stutter, or I'm thinking about something. Like I was just adjusting my microphone. I don't have to be perfect. I want you guys to learn from this. Okay? Anyways, I want you to have greatness in your life, because limiting beliefs are very worrisome. I'm concerned because it affects mental health. We actually, in our show, we actually give to mental health awareness. Now, because mental health, it negatively, when people don't understand, on top of that, it also prevents people from enjoying life experiences, and that you deserve a shield, right? And that so you can block things, so you can have more fresh opportunities. So, now one thing that I wanted to talk about, I'm so passionate about this, and these beliefs trap your mind negatively, and consequently they become an obvious obstacle to your greatness in life. Now, this is important, guys, because when you're building a relationship and somebody tells you this is the way you have to go about it, that's a limiting belief. As an entrepreneur, there's so many things that are out there that we do, even in business, that if you don't understand this, you're going to set yourself up for failure, because we're building, again, the hidden aspects. We're building a legacy here, okay, guys? We are going to break these limits. Now, they're like chains, guys. You have to be free from these negative beliefs. You must break those chains and become your own person. Because when you live the life you want and you get with what you always wanted to do, that breaks your limit, right? There should be no cap on what you can earn, learn, what you can share to the community. Because if you're perpetuously, I don't know why I can't say that word. I say that word all the time. But if you're being held back by a limiting belief, you can't do what you've always do. Okay? You must break your limits. But thankfully, you're here. We're going to work on this. And it isn't as hard as you may have thought it's going to be. Because you can think of things, you can think of your bad habits, okay? And these are also limits that you put on yourself. And the first step is to identify, okay? We're talking about this. You have to acknowledge that you're experiencing them. All right? Whoa, right? So, and from there, you can start tearing off these limits. That's right. Because when you have these limited beliefs, have you ever thought, okay guys, have you ever thought why people have these limiting beliefs, or why you have them? Now, the truth of the matter is that limiting beliefs aren't caused by just one thing. They're a role that sometimes when you're growing up, it's like a nurturing, right? Your parents are doing the best they can. You're doing the best you can as you grow up, and you're being nurtured into the world. Sometimes they pass on those limiting beliefs. And nevertheless, you should know that your brain plays a role in everything that you do. And you can nurture your belief structure. And okay, I had somebody on this thing that that said how. Now, another person said why. But you see, okay, now the brain loves us more than we know. Okay, and I say that funny. I say that kind of openly. Of course, God loves us more than we know as well. But because it intends to keep us safe, okay, your brain does miraculous things that keep you safe from pain. But it can't predict the future. It can't. I mean, you can foresee, you can foreshadow, you can do all those things, but pain in the future is something that you do today. So whatever you do today greatly affects your tomorrow. And that's also a limiting belief. Because people think of, yeah, you got to live for the day, but then you end up having consequences either later, good or bad. Your brain, okay, you know good from bad and things from how you're brought up. But if you think about how your brain is, or your consequences, good or bad, there's a limited belief. I've done the research that your brain does not know good from bad unless you tell it. That's a huge belief. A huge limited belief. You tell it it's bad. You tell it it's good. Your brain is neutral. So you can limit these beliefs and keep you in check to avoid life's heartbreaks. And I don't mean falling in love and out of love and things like that. Heartbreak can be in business. It can be in your entrepreneur goals, your affiliate marketing goals. You're going to have heartbreak all over the place. Even mowing your lawn and your lawnmower doesn't start. Kind of breaks your heart because you want to mow the lawn. So another factor that causes these limiting beliefs is this childhood thing that I had mentioned earlier. Because as you are a little child, you're equipped with a certain mindset that you can grow with that same mindset, with no one to guide you. And you know that certain things are possible when you're really young. Think about this. You're likely to have your life shaped by a belief. Happens all the time. In fact, we're forming new ones right now because you can be very Herculean strong, right? And you can have these grown limiting beliefs that you're afraid of something. You're afraid of what's going to happen in the future. You're afraid of what's going to happen if you spend money here and don't put it there. You have these painful experiences that you have to, really causes these fearful encounters. And it can prevent you and limit your life. But you first must have this proper comprehension that the thought process behind it is actually getting to the root of those limiting beliefs. Now, we're putting this together, guys, and we're talking heavy duty about this because we're going to be getting into some deeper things later. Okay? And I see our show is running overtime, but we're going to handle 3 elements that limit your potential. We're going to do it right now. I wanted to share it, shave it, whatever, tomorrow. But I gotta share it with you guys. I'm too excited right now. I can't let it go, because you must not let your comfort zone keep you zoned in. Because sometimes our comfort zone shields us from experiencing great opportunities, and it causes further limits. Because for you to become more confident and for you to become more stronger, you have to do things daily that are not within your comfort zone. Because when you keep doing this, you'll get to know your potential and your ability to get things done. That you got to get out of that comfort zone and look at it as any obstacle is an attractive obstacle, because that will limit you from this one gets difficult, because your greatness is a beautiful thing, and you're moving out of these comfort zones. It's going to open you up to new successes and possibilities. So what are these 3 things that I have to share with you, right? Well, these 3 things can prevent you from reaching your potential. Here they are. 1 is rejection. Yep, you heard it. We've heard it all our life. Rejection isn't something easy to deal with. Okay, people usually prefer to avoid pains of rejection. They don't want to go through it, right? So one of the things that they sometimes do is they decide not to step up to those audacious tasks. There's something that you have to send out in the mail that you don't do. There's something that you have to send that hard email, hard phone call, and you just don't want to be rejected. That's why sometimes when let's say you're late on your credit card payment or something like that, and they're going to call you. What do? A lot of us, I'm not speaking for anybody, but the majority, statistically, the facts, nobody answers those calls. I'll get to it when I get to it. I'll pay when I can pay. But realistically, there's fear there. So it's because you feel like you're not good enough. I couldn't pay my bill. I'm not good enough. And that's a rejection, because as a result of it, it can build self-criticism, and it can make you lock yourself inside, not literally, but figuratively, okay? And when you ignore something, you ignore your potential of handling that situation. However, now, letting that rejection run you down, you can channel this criticism you have about yourself and develop something to improve and succeed. In the process, you'll keep this learning and growing thing ongoing as you practice it. The more you're rejected, the more you're able to handle it and understand it and find out why the rejection happened, because it doesn't define you. Any rejection doesn't define you. It only helps you get better. Now, when you keep rising every time you fail, you'll eventually succeed one day. And let's be practical. Okay, let's imagine you're writing something, right? So you decide to do something more by submitting your articles of reference. I write ebooks, things of that nature for publication. And sometimes, unfortunately, my articles get rejected. My ebooks get rejected. I'll put them on Amazon and they get rejected. I have a lot of information to be put a part of a book, and I sent it in for publication and it was rejected. There's two things you can do, okay? You may lose that rejection, right? Stop writing. Stop writing the ebooks. Stop doing your podcast. Stop doing the show. Now we have a video show. You know, we want to get our own TV show that helps you, but let alone submitting to the rejection, and then you feel incompetent. So then there's that limiting belief, and then you ride that criticism, and let's say you try, and then nothing happens. But when you try, and you don't give up, you'll get that yes. Always understand that rejection at a certain point of your life is almost inevitable. Don't worry about it. Okay, you'll see the positive results and the progress if you keep trying. So, the second one that I'm going to tell you is fear. A lot of people, they get held back from living their lives because they're scared. And you say, Jason, what are they scared of exactly? I'm not scared. I'm not scared of nothing. You know, until the lights go out and it's dark out and you're just like, I'm not going outside. It's scary. I use that example because I have a 12-year-old son that is like that. You know, he's, I'm not afraid of nothing, you know, and then it gets dark and the house gets quiet and his imagination kicks in. But anyways, they're scared of everything and anything. And it's about what could happen. I'm scared of the future. I don't know. I'm scared of failure. I'm scared of not seeing myself as good enough. I'm not I'm not a coach. I'm not this, you know. There's so many stuff that's out there that drives me crazy because, what drives me crazy is that plug and play stuff, that you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, you don't have to do videos, ads, you don't have to get in front of people, you don't have to talk to people, you don't have to do and stuff like that. Because guess what? They're sharing their limited belief because they think you can't do it. I know you can do it, but they believe you can't do it. And so they sell you on, you can't do it. Well, we'll do it for you for a price. You will solve all your pain, we'll solve all your solutions, we'll solve all your problems. And the bottom line is, buy our product today and you'll succeed like us. That can be paralyzing because that stops you from even trying. We're real here at this show. I want you to, we have things that offer that you buy, and things, and we have courses and stuff. But these things are to empower you to I want you to be more successful than me. I want you to make more money than me. I want you to build your winning strategies and use me as a stepping stone to get there. Nothing would make me happier for all of a sudden I read about you guys in Entrepreneur Magazine or Fast Company or something like that, and then to have you say, you know what, I listened to this guy Jason on Riley Media Group, and I got all the tools I needed, because we give them to you free. You don't have to pay anything to be a part of the show. And succeed. We're above and beyond anything that's out there. Now, I'm not shy to bring this, to tell you guys these things. Only you can emancipate yourself, if I can use that word, from fear. Only you can push past what you truly desire. So you can do that and get yourself surrounded by positive people. Surround yourself. Use positive self-statements. Put them on your mirror. I do all the time. I have things all over that I had to, recently I had to kind of move some things over, but I will have positive statements and positive talk consistently. I do it all the time. And I always, I tell myself, I tell my wife, I tell my son, have positive affirmations. And write down those positive affirmations and share them with people who support you in building your dream. Because if you require something and you need that information, sometimes you'll get that from somebody else. That's kind of our feelings around here at the office, my house. We help people, and we want to be a service to others. Oftentimes, you get this feelings of inability, and now that's going to be our third and last one, and then we're going to close out this show. It's a longer show than I even planned. But when you believe you can't do something, this feeling often is rooted in our brain that wants to help protect us from messing up. And this feeling isn't always true. The one thing is just that you'll never know how capable you are until you try. And the impossible is pretty much possible. Think about this. I like the movies Mission Impossible, because that it actually is in the word Mission Impossible, but they make it possible, right? Because the feeling isn't always true. The thing is that you'll never know how capable you are until you try it. And the impossible is always possible. And what's stopping you? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be what somebody tells you that you are? Or do you want to be you? Practice this. If you need extra skills or certifications, get it done. But never feel that you're not good enough to do anything. And what you've always wanted to do, take a step. Take life. I want to say this. I want to take you up, lift you up to a lifetime of opportunity that is now presenting itself to you. It's what I want for you, and I hope that this show has given this the power to do it. Now, tomorrow we are going to do a little exercise. It's going to be 10 things that we're going to talk about that stop this limiting belief, limiting yourself, okay? So what happens when you approach these obstacles? And there are 10 things that I want to talk to you about. Come to the show tomorrow. We're going to have this uploaded. Sometimes we do this in standard, and we also do it in high definition. So it takes a little while to do both. We are captioned, but we're mostly English. I know we're in 8 different countries, and people speak English all over the world. But right now, I think it's only translated in English. But that's okay. We do have some options for captions and such. But I don't do that editing part. I have somebody more skilled than I. I do some of it. I shouldn't say, but I know what, maybe that's a limiting belief I have. So I'll look into that since we're talking about it. Have an amazing day, guys, and may you forever be richer. I am Jason Ryland. I am your host of Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Talk to you tomorrow.